Alright, it's Matt Rosick again, and this will be another unboxing review for another kit from Xionart, and this is his Daredevil. This is number 26. Another cool authenticity card. Let's spit it out this time. Authenticity card. Pretty cool. I actually like these. Mark DeMello does these too. I had to unbox them off to the side because the box is absolutely huge. Mainly because of this gargoyle base. This thing is solid, it's heavy, but it has to be because of the way this is designed. And if you've seen the pictures of it, it's pretty cool. I mean, again, I'm not a comic guy. I don't read comics. I don't watch the cartoons or whatever. So sorry if there's no cartoons, but like I don't read comics or stuff. But this is a cool Daredevil. It's a simple concept, but it's super dynamic. Lots of action in this piece. So let's look at the Daredevil body first. So he's casted solid. He feels solid. Really nice sculpt. Nice details. Again, they'll need a little bit of work on the surface to get it ready for paint. But for the most part, he looks really, really good. And there's a metal rod that goes from here, and I think it goes all the way up to like right there. So the way he attaches the base, everyone's worried about that, but I think I don't think you need to worry. There's a metal tube in the gargoyle's head. I can see it, but this looks really good. Again, the cleanup from the factory on this one's good, but again, there's not as many details like there was on the Spidey to like you know, kind of mess up as far as when you clean up. I'll have to do some sanding on the factory primers. Got some scuffs here and there, but that's no big deal. But he looks really good. So he pegs into the base like this. I mean, it's just really cool. So, yeah, it's an impressive way that this guy's mounted. Really, really neat. You do need quite a bit of room for this guy. Let's see if I can get his foot in there all the way. Okay. I think he's in the camera. Yeah, he is all the way. I'm going to back him up a little bit. Let's see. Let's get some better light on him. Trying to get me lens flare. I need like a video review, like filming setup or something. Because I try to do this on my workbench and there's not enough room for these big pieces. So sometimes it's hard to kind of do them justice. See, maybe if I do this. 1 second. Let me turn on another light. There we go. I should have done that for Spider-Man. That looks way better. Sorry about that. I'm not redoing the Spider-Man video, but anyway. Much better lighting. It's a little softer. You can see the details and everything now. So yeah, cool piece. Let me take him off the base again. Bring him a little closer now with some better light. Pretty freaking cool. I love how far outstretched he is. You really get a sense of motion, like he's jumping off of this thing. And all the packing was done very well, just like Spider-Man. Again, I just had to do it off to the side because the box is too big. And so it comes with, there was 2 heads. The one was just, I guess, there's 2 different versions. I'm not sure. Like one's a comic version and one's a movie version, I think. Someone can correct me on that. So here's what was the normal version head, with this just the horns, which is pretty badass in itself. It goes in there. It's a decent magnet, sucks it right down nicely. And then we have his right hand and his left hand and his other foot, and like his sheath for his clubs. Club. I call it a billy club. I'm not sure if that's an accurate statement of what he uses as a weapon, but that just magnetizes right in there perfectly. This leg comes back here. Magnets are just perfect for what he's doing. His hand goes in there. Again, nicely done. And then he's got the other hand, which holds, again, I'm going to call it a billy club. That's probably not accurate. And there's a little peg right there. And let's see how that works. There's a little pin in there to keep it from falling out. Just need to figure out how that works. So it goes in like that. And then I'm assuming this comes in. There we go. Okay, so that's pretty clever. So they have it so it just sets, you can put it in there and rotate it, and it goes right between his fingers. It's perfect. You don't even see that little pin. Pretty clever. Just like on the Spider-Man with the web. Yeah, cool piece. So you can see you need a lot of depth or plenty of space to walk around in if he's hanging off your shelf. Let's see. I'm going to get in front of the camera for this. From the back of the base to his hand, yeah, you're looking at about 32 inches of depth, roughly, between the tip of his finger and the back corner of the base. Right now, my only gripe, my only creak, and it's pretty small, is that his foot doesn't sit really flush into that head. I would like to see it come up just a hair. So I'm thinking what I can do is I may be able to fix that relatively easily. Basically, you need to like a little wedge under his toe, or I just need to fill in that front part of that the socket where, yeah, basically I just need to do my trick with A's. Basically what I'll do is I'll put a little A's epoxy right here. I'll slather his foot with Vaseline and petroleum jelly, and I'll put him in, and basically as that A's dries, it should fill in the void just enough to get him to come up. So that's like my only really crit. Pretty small. And you can switch out the heads to this other one, which is the option head with the bandana, which is really cool. Nice big pin to hold it in place. And yeah, there you go. Pretty cool. Again, just a really dynamic piece. Great sculpt. The first base they had was even bigger than this. I think it was taller. It was like a taller base, which would have made this thing just even more enormous. But I can move him around pretty easily without feeling like he's gonna come off of that. I mean, he's seated in it really well. So looks like he may want to go down a little further. My battery died. So it looks like he may want to sit down there a little further. So I'm going to take him up. I'm going to take him apart real quick. So I'm thinking I can fix that little gripe of mine. I'm not going to do it now, obviously, but basically, if I come in here and I maybe just shave this down just a little bit more, then he'll sit down there just enough to get him to sit perfectly. That may be the problem. That's why he's not sitting flush. I think he's just not going down the hole all the way. So when I push him like this, there's a little bit of a gap right there by his foot, which tells me that the resin around that metal peg needs to be shaved down a little bit. So that's probably what I need to do, which is no big deal. But yeah, really cool piece. Again, it's from Xionart, Abdul. He makes a good product. I mean, you know, he's cranking them out quickly. He's got a lot to offer. Some of his pieces are reminiscent of other pieces. You know, after so many Batmans and so many Supermans, what can you know, how many variations can you do? Unless you're doing it specifically off a certain piece of artwork. This is the first Daredevil I've seen that's like this, leaping into the air, and I think it's probably one of the coolest ways to represent Daredevil. Again, I'm not a comic guy, but from what I do know of the character, this completely like screams Daredevil as far as like the character's personality and his just badassness. So yeah, pretty short video on this one. But again, I think if I just shave that resin down a little bit, I can get him to sit down that hole all the way. Not sure if the pre-painteds are having that little bit of an issue right there. I know if this was a sideshow piece and the guys got it, they would gripe it like crazy. They would be complaining about that left and right, asking Sideshow for a refund and all that stuff. I've never bought a Sideshow piece. I just recently saw my first Sideshow piece a little while ago. Someone sent me one for repaint. So yeah, I'm not a Sideshow guy, so I don't feel like I'm harping on anyone. But yeah, cool piece. I really like how they designed this club. It slides it down in the hand, and you just rotate it, and you hide that little peg between the fingers. Really, really clever way to do that. I'm not sure which head I like better. I kind of like, I like them both, but the one with the bandana is pretty badass. I mean, it's pretty cool. I'm going to take this off and handhold it just for a second. But yeah, nice piece. The magnets are nice and strong. Sometimes it can be too strong, you know, but you don't want them too weak. These are just the right enough strength to suck it in and hold it in place without it feeling like you have to tear it off to get it off. But like little things, and this is just nitpicky, little things like this, I have to go sand out before I paint. A little scuffs here and there, but that's just part of the prep work of doing a kit. But yeah, Abdul does he offers a great product for a good price. You know, he's not charging a ton of money for these things compared to other producers, but then again, you know, you get the styrofoam packing, which is fine, but it's a way to save some money. As long as it shows up in good condition, that's all that matters, you know. But yeah, cool piece. He'll be fun to paint up. But yeah, there's the Daredevil from Xionart. Again, thanks for watching as usual, and this is Matt Mrozek. We'll catch you guys next time.